What? I'm working.
Jill and I have been back a month now, a little over a month, and here are some of the things that we're working on here at the Panhandle Pioneer Settlement, a Workampers update. First, I think Steve wants to show you around his front yard. He's been working on his front yard. He's doing some kind of project out there. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what everything is, but we've got some pretty flowers here. Got these. That's pretty. Got these yellow ones. They're pretty. And right there, that's our lemon tree, and it is loaded. So we're going to have some lemons this year. And our orange trees are doing pretty good too. Got a little rose bush over here. That's pretty. Yeah, they're starting to fall out, but yeah, they're still looking pretty good. And we got this pretty bush, and I don't even know what this is called. I need somebody to come out here and tell me what everything's called. And then we got honeysuckle over here. The hummingbirds love this stuff. Got a bunch of weeds. Got that. Got this thing right here. And I'm going to do this too. I got to do cardboard all in here. We just had a couple flowers and I didn't want to get rid of them. I don't know what that is. It's all a work in progress. You know, we've been working so much on all the other things, like our new building. It's coming along pretty good. Got a little bit of sod down, some grass growing in, got our sewer in, and it's coming along really good. We're excited. October the 15th, we're going to have our Goat Day and Pioneer Day, and we're going to christen the new building. Our primary project for the last year has been working on what we call our new building. It's a big red building, so we have now started to call it the BRB. Anyway, it's been our primary project. We've put a lot of work into it, and sometimes we stand back and go, we can't believe we did that. And if it weren't for a whole bunch of work campers, it would not have been possible. Let me take you through the whole course of building this building real quick. August last year, it started as a pole barn. Poles and a roof, that's all that was there. And we started to dig. We laid all the forms so we could pour our cement pad. A cement company came in and poured it for us, thank goodness, because if you've ever worked with cement, you know how that is. But anyway, we got an upper pad and a lower pad. The upper pad's going to have 5 workshops, or shops that we can display artifacts, and the lower pad's going to be a big old maintenance building. All types of stuff's going to go on in there. We thought it was necessary to have us a little bathroom out there as well, so put in a little plumbing so that we could get that stuff from point A to point B. Then we filled the shop up with some power tools and started to work. The walls went up with some donated 2x4s. A company donated a whole pallet of 2x4s. We found a few windows laying around, and the windows went in. And we hung a few doors. 7 doors. We gave it a little bit of electricity, you know, wired it up, box, whole bunch of wires, switches. We got electricity. What? Everything's not Pioneer here. And we put a little insulation in all the walls, and a air conditioning and heating unit in every one of them. So we got some pretty nice shops, temperature controlled. And that's a good thing out here in Florida, or down here in Florida, or wherever I'm at. Once the insulation was in, we started putting up some of the interior walls, and we had all types of different types of boards that we were putting up. One room we had some what we call gym floors, tongue and groove pine, and we put it up on as a wall. It was in one of our buildings, a gymnasium, and during the storm it was destroyed, and we salvaged what we could out of that and put down new, and then what we had left over we were using it in this new building. And of all the trees that blew down, we took them to the sawmill and we cut them up, made a bunch of boards, and that's going in these buildings too. We got some nice looking cherry, we got some nice looking poplar, and a lot of pine. And we finished up our bathroom, got the thing all plumbed up. We got one of them instant hot water heaters and a shower and shower curtain and sink and toilet. And the only thing I think we got left to do is put up a towel holder or some kind of hook for you to put your bathrobe on. Now we're decorating all the shops. Got a whole bunch of artifacts that's going in. Different shops going to be different things, and we're just going to have it full of all the stuff here that we're in the settlement that we've been sort of storing now, and this building's going to make it possible to get all that stuff out. Like I said, 5 rooms, 5 shops where we can display artifacts. And some of them will be working shops too. We'll have people in there. I think Jill's going to sew in the sewing shop, and I want to work in the woodworking shop. We have a Pioneer dressing room, a place that has all the old Pioneer clothes that we've accumulated over time, some authentic and some not so much. They're just replicas of things that they would have worn back then. Occasionally we do a little photo shoot, and everybody can come out and, give us a little bit of money and dress up and get their picture taken in some Pioneer clothes. And a working woodworking shop. It's going to be great. I hope to spend a good bit of time in there myself. We're going to have a whole lot of Pioneer woodcraft tools in there. It's going to be really nice, and hopefully we can get in there and practice, some of them Pioneer skills that they did back in the day. And we're going to have a pretty cool dentist office. We've got quite a few artifacts to fill this thing up. We've got a dentist chair and a dentist drill and some kind of apparatus, one of them spit cup things. And I think we've got a x-ray machine and some other stuff. But it's going to be really cool. I think every community ought to have one. And also we're going to have a sewing shop. It's going to be a place that Pioneer would come and, buy their sewing goods and all the essentials for making their garments and whatsoever. I think Jill's going to take the opportunity to go over there and work one of them old sewing machines too. And finally, we're going to have a research library. Over the time, we've accumulated a lot of books, a lot of old books, and a lot of history of the settlement, the surrounding area, and the counties in Florida. So we're going to fill that up on some bookshelves that we've made. And it's going to be a place that, people could check out the old books and do a little research if they'd like. And we're working right now to fill the rooms with some furnishings, some old tables, some bookshelves and chairs and things like that. So, try to dress it up like if it would have been, back in Pioneer days, probably 1880, 1887, somewhere around there. And Philip, Cowboy, and Bill, they worked really hard and built all these bookshelves over here in the research library. And I think it looks pretty awesome. And I think we're going to have just about enough. And we finally, I can't say the word, and we finally got our sewer man to come out here and put in a sewer tank. So now our bathroom's complete and we can go to the bathroom properly. As the time has passed by, we often stand back and look at the building and go, wow, we did that. We put all that work into that building. Workampers. Hopefully we'll have all the artifacts in the rooms, and the rooms will be all set up and ready for people to check it out. Our plan is to have it done by Goat Day and Pioneer Day, which is October the 15th. Mark that date down. And we're going to have a dedication, a little ribbon cutting ceremony or something. Anyway, it's going to be a hoot. I'm looking forward to it. And chickens. We've got chickens. We ain't got a bunch of chickens, but I just love these things. I love to come down here in the evenings and sit and watch the sunset and feed them and water them and take care of them. It's been an awesome experience. Now, I did that before full-time RVing and the adventures Jill and I have been on. We had a few chickens, and I'm surprised at all the things that I have forgotten. Our flock of hens is quite small. I'm not quite sure what we got. We got 2 roosters. I'm not even sure their ages. I feel like one is a little bit younger than the other. The one, I can't get any feathers to grow on his neck. And then we have these 2 black hens, which I think are laying. Yes, they are, and one of our black hens is sitting on eggs. She went broody, and I don't know how many eggs under there. I think it's about 6. Don't try to move her too much, but she's sitting. I hope she'll sit the whole term and we'll have some more chicks. And then we have this old girl, her name's Bessie. She's the white one, and she lays. So I don't know. Some days I get 1 egg, some days I get 3. It just depends. And then in the next pen over, I've got a rooster and a hen. And they've become quite the couple. I was just watching her. She's on the roost with him, and she's actually sort of snuggling up to him, which I thought was weird. But anyway, she lays pretty regular too. But we've got like a menagerie of a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm not sure which ones are old and which ones not. Oh, and we have 3 new chicks that were purchased during the summer. Philip went out and bought him 3 of them and brought them back here to the settlement. And as you can see, they're pretty curious. And they're coming along really well. They're very curious chickens. Like I said, we did lose some to a fox. We lost both the turkey tom and the turkey hen, and we lost one of our peacocks. I've been collecting some eggs. I think I'm going to try to incubate a couple. I think I have 4 eggs now, and I got 3 in my pocket, so that's a good 7 if my fuzzy math is correct. And I don't know, I'm going to try to make some babies. Get some more chickens out here. I love to take care of the chickens. Boy, it's fun. I enjoy it. I come down here in the evening as the sun starts to set. I sit here and play around with the chickens. Feed them, water them, take care of them, clean out their nest, check the eggs, stuff like that. Anyway, another day in paradise. And I'm grinding corn to make our cracked corn. Save a little money. And I got a gumball machine over here where people can come by and they drop a little quarter in there and feed the chicks. A little trick I learned when we were out in the Amish farmlands of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Oh, also we're putting in this high-speed watering system. We're still working on it. It's not complete yet, but it's a work in progress.
All right, this is the start of a Pioneer watering system.
And I told you I was going to talk a little bit about deep mulch gardening, but I'm going to let Steve do it. Here's Steve.
Deep mulch gardening. This is my first attempt at deep mulch gardening. And we've got 2 flower plots right in front of the house. And they're just full of weeds right now. They got a few flowers, but I put some mulch down, and I was supposed to put some cardboard underneath and layer everything. And I didn't really do it right. So I came back and I put a layer of cardboard underneath and a layer of mulch. And I've got to do, I did one side, I got to do the other side, and there's a small place over there. Mainly I want to tamp down the grass. I want to crush it. So we got cardboard, mulch, and then I'm going to add newspaper and everything that I can compost. I'm going to add it right there to that mess. And I'm thinking about maybe planting something. I don't know if I'm going to plant flowers or if I'm going to plant some vegetables, maybe fall vegetables, but it's a work in progress. And like I said, it's my first deep mulch project. And it's supposed to be no till, no weeds, no hassle. And that's the kind of garden I like. So I'm going to try it out, and then if it works okay, I'm going to start another plot maybe for a vegetable garden down around one of the cabins. I hope that's what I'd like to do. So I'll keep you posted. I'll show you, what I'm doing, and we'll talk about it, and hopefully we'll come up with some really, really good Florida soil. Now, I'm reading David the Good's book, Total Crazy Easy Florida Gardening. It's a pretty good book, and he's got this technique in there, and he talks about deep mulch gardening. And so anyway, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, see what it does. And, it's just a thing. It's an experiment.
And if you wasn't here during the ice cream social, here's a little tidbit of that. But it was an awesome event. It was a very, very good fundraiser for us. And we had a blast and ate a lot of ice cream. This year's ice cream social was an awesome success. So many people came out from the community to support the Panhandle Pioneer Settlement. And when we're not doing all of that stuff, we're doing Workamper stuff, just the general day-to-day upkeep of a place. We got 19 buildings here that we have to maintain. A lot of grass to cut, a lot of plants to trim, and so forth and so on. But this is what we do.
A hard day's work. If you don't do work, you don't get paid.
Like scraping these walls and putting a fresh coat of paint down at our general store, which was built in 1941 in a town called Clarksville, not far from here, picked up, put on a truck, brought out here to the settlement to preserve it and show a little bit of history to our visitors. Or splitting firewood the old-fashioned way. No, not really. We got a machine to do that. What do you think? We're a bunch of pioneers? And from time to time, we have to work on our equipment, work on the golf carts or a lawnmower or who knows what, how things break. Or cleaning up bathrooms. Not this one. This one, it's not real. However, we do have one like this, and we got to clean it, and 2 other restrooms.
What? I'm working.
And mowing grass. We got lots of grass. Got 19 buildings with a whole bunch of grass around them. So Bill and Jill have been out mowing, and they keep the place looking really, really nice. And we all take turns.
Barry! I lost Barry. I don't know where he went.
Barry helps out from time to time, and he loves to spray the ants. He puts his little backpack on and does his ant dance and sprays the ants. Me, myself, I like to putt-putt around on the tractor. And Philip, He's actually the tractor man, and he was doing a little fertilizing here over the summer.
Yeah, that Clem and Carl, every time I turn around, they snuck off somewhere, and I don't know where they've been half the day. I ain't sleeping. I'm over here working. I got a hammer. Hold on a minute. I got a hammer. I was knocking nails in.
It's a lot of work, but when we finished our work, we like to get together and do some things. Sometimes we cook out, sometimes we cook in, and we just recently cooked sausage and biscuits for breakfast, and that was a hoot. And sometimes we get together and play a few games. But it's a very, very, very cool experience here at the Panhandle Pioneer Settlement, and I love it here. And until later, thanks for your time. Bye. Can't wave, I'm holding a piece of paper. See you later.